So this is a historic event for the surfing world as well as the sporting world. We have a cross-section of the world's best surfers up here with us today, supporting the continental co-ed teams as captains. We also have the sports leadership present this weekend, and opening up for us today will be WSL CEO Sophie Goldschmidt.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you everyone for coming. This is a very exciting moment. I know we don't officially start till tomorrow, but I'm super excited, also a little bit nervous, because this is a test event, just to manage everyone's expectations, but no, the team's been working incredibly hard. So welcome to our prototype facility, WSL Surf Ranch, for the first inaugural Founders Cup of Surfing, presented by Michelob Ultra Pure Gold. We are unveiling a revolution in the sport, stadium surfing, who would have thought? But we're also really importantly celebrating the 7 founders of professional surfing. And I think it's very appropriate that as we look ahead to what is probably the biggest game changer the sport has ever seen, we'll find out over the next couple of days, we're also really appreciating and looking back to what those that came before us have done. I think they've always been known as pioneers, and the sport has evolved so much, and now we're really just taking it to the next level. Thanks to the incredible media coverage we've had over the last few weeks and days, this weekend is really going to take surfing to a much broader audience, and the world is going to get to experience it. It really is a game changer for us all. Also, the team versus team element. We were really keen to do something totally different. We've never done this kind of format before, so it's different for the surfers and definitely for the WSL. I think the fact that we've got co-ed teams as well, some male and female captains who we've got up here today is also super exciting, and I think just shows also how surfing is quite different. The fact that the men and women compete on the same platform and now can compete together on the same team is super, super special. We're going to see some of the best waves as well on cue. I know our broadcast team are kind of loving it. You know, they've got to prepare like they've never prepared before. We can literally say at 8:02 tomorrow, X will be in the water and a world-class wave is going to be pumping. So I think the opportunity to see high-quality waves up close and personal is going to just blow people's minds. With the Olympics on the horizon too, this is a perfect opportunity to reach a new global audience. The network and TV coverage and coverage from all of our digital partners around the world is really unprecedented. We've never had demand like this. So we're super excited that more fans than ever before are going to get to experience surfing and share the weekend with us. The high-performing aspect of this sport has really blown my mind. I mean, I've been a surfing fan for a long time, but now I'm obviously closer than ever before. The athletes up here today and those that are out there practicing at the moment, their performance and athletic ability is really unmatched, and I think this technology is only going to showcase that even more broadly. I think we're all going to see a lot of things this weekend that we've never seen before, and you're going to get to see some of the best athletes on the planet up live, close and personal, surfing on this revolutionary wave for the first time. So thank you to everyone for being here this weekend. We really appreciate your support, and most importantly, thank you to all the surfers. Your support and visions in backing us and bringing this event to life means a lot. And thank you for embracing the innovation. You're pioneers, and we're super excited to share this with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sophie. So I'm going to give a brief introduction of everyone on stage right now and ask one question, and then we'll open it up to the press conference for Q&A. So starting at the end, the USA team captain, 11-time WSL champion, Kelly Slater. Captaining the world team, South Africa's Jordy Smith. Captaining the European team, Joanne Defay. Standing in for Brazil captain Gabriel Medina, who is out with a little bit of an illness, but he's not pulling out of the event, 2015 WSL champion Adriano de Souza. And captaining the Australian team, 6-time WSL champion Stephanie Gilmore. All right, so a quick question. I'm going to go back down the line that way. Steph, you have the honor of captaining the Australian team. You've seen a lot of talent come up from the region over the course of your career. What do you think about being able to captain a co-ed team here at the Surf Ranch facility for the first time?
Yeah, this is a historic event for all of us, and to be the captain is, you know, ahead of somebody like Mick Fanning, Joel Parkinson, Tyler Wright, the current world champion. It's really an honour, and yeah, to do a mixed gender event is really special, and I think that it'll sort of show how elevated surfing is in that respect, and how much we enjoy, you know, competing together and travelling together, and just, yeah, the camaraderie between all of us is really special. So to have it here in an event in front of everyone will be awesome, and yeah, can't wait to show what Australia can do.
Thank you. Adrian, please. Adriano, you are part of the Brazilian team, and that is a region and a country that has come on so strongly on the world stage in recent years, and you were at the vanguard of that, and really led the way for a lot of the Brazilians. What do you think about your team's chances here at the Founders Cup this weekend?
Yes, I believe Brazil is the unbelievable team at this stage, because we pretty much everyone work individual. I think it'll be the first time ever we're gonna work with a team. So everyone in the backstage right now, hey, what do you think? And then like starting work with a team. So I'm really proud to be part of this first of all. And us Captain Gabriel, he's not here, but he's very exciting. He was sparkling out there. He was blowing my mind what he did out there. So I believe we do it best, and I hope everyone enjoys first of all.
Joanne, you have the privilege of captaining the European team, which is bringing together a bunch of different countries under one banner. Have you had any discussions with your teammates so far in terms of sort of generating a European fervor?
Yeah, yeah, we kind of like we were discussing about the session this afternoon, like how we're gonna do. But I feel like just being on the tour and having you know, like different country from Europe and all like being together here, it's like kind of the first time, and it's really cool to just have this feeling of sharing more, and it's a privilege, and I'm really proud to be a part of. And same as Steph, like I was kind of surprised to be the captain above like Jeremy, because anyway, he's really good. But yeah, having like Germany and Italy, and you know, seeing the surfers like so good, it's just so nice to see everyone. And this is like exactly what the wave pool is about, like giving the opportunity to all the countries in the world to surf. So yeah, I'm really proud to be about this team with many countries. Thanks.
Thank you. Jordy, this event is named the WSL Founders Cup after the 7 key founding members of professional surfing, one of them being 1977 world champion Sean Thompson. How do you feel to be competing in an event in their honor?
Yeah, obviously it's an amazing an accomplishment just to get to this point. Huge thank you to everybody that's been a part of this. And then yeah, it's a massive responsibility to be captaining up Team World. Not only am I representing my own country, but multiple different countries. I think as far as support goes, I think we'll definitely have enough support. So that would be great. And yeah, just looking forward to competing with the rest of the world and seeing how they go.
Thank you. And Kelly, the WSL Surf Ranch facility in this event is in large part due to a vision you had many years ago. What are your impressions being here today and seeing this kind of come to life?
It's wild. It's really the interest and excitement about this is not just this event, but the Surf Ranch as a whole is like nothing I've ever seen in my time in pro surfing, and it's really exciting. It's super fun. Everyone who surfs it has a great time. The pros have all been shredding in this wave and love it, can't get enough of it. I think the recent edit you've seen maybe from Griffin Colapinto kind of shows when people spend a little time here. He had a few days almost by himself, really pushing it, getting probably 100 waves, and you know, you can take some more risk and see what you can do on the wave. I think we're looking forward to trying to see that here this week and get each of our sort of waves under our belt and be able to push in later rounds. And it's I don't know, I'm really proud. It's really fun and really exciting week for me and all of us.
Thank you, Kelly. All right, we'll now open it to the floor. Are there any questions for our panelists? Any of them?
The wave here looks perfect if you're under 6 feet tall. Is there a built-in disadvantage for somebody like you with your height?
Not at this point. I believe there has been talks in the future of raising the level of the wave and the height. I've been doing yoga for the past week, so yeah, just trying to adjust.
I've got a question for Seth. So I think at the moment the only sport in the Olympics where men and women compete equally is show jumping. I was here at the last event, the Future Classic, and I think you've got definitely the longest tube ride, perhaps the highest scoring wave of all. Now, how would you feel about going up directly against Kelly Slater? Is there that kind of equality with women surfing today?
Yeah, it is, and I think it's such a groundbreaking event in that respect because we all have the exact same platform to show what we can do. And even just watching the free surfing sessions, the girls are just, they've lifted their level so much already, and you hear a lot of the guys go, whoa, how was that? Like, there's so much surprise from everyone, just like, wow, everyone is surfing at a whole new level. And I don't know, I think that in a wave that's so perfect, you really see the flaws and the strengths of everybody. And I think for women, you know, to sort of have that chance to really, I don't know, maybe it's more stylish or whatever, then it kind of, you could win in that respect. But it's, yeah, it's really, I think that everyone has that like equal playing field. It'll bring the level even closer between the men and the women, and this is, you know, this is such an incredible way to do it. So yeah, pretty special. But I don't know, Kelly was injured last time, so he looks like he's back in form.
We're not going to have that contest. It's just a gender thing, that's all, I swear.
I would like to, well, from all of you, if you feel that surfing like in this controlled environment is easier than in the ocean, and if you see this kind of facilities as the future of surfing.
Why don't we take it down the line?
Controlled environment easier. I actually think it's harder in this environment because if you stuff up, then it's on you. You know, in the ocean, you can kind of blame it on the ocean a little bit, like, oh, the waves didn't come. You know, Joanne got a better wave. It's, you know, you can kind of let it slide a bit. But out here, if you don't perform at the best level, then that's, you know, that's on you. So it's kind of so much more nerve-wracking in that respect. But yeah, it's. No, I think it's a whole new world and a whole new. I'm sure the vision of a lot of the surfers now is going to change a lot, and yeah, it's exciting.
Basically, it's definitely a new environment for us. I think we have more close to nature than normal people. And then here we have pretty much be the best friend of the engineer, you know. So and if I wake up early, come here, the waves will be flat, so I have to wake up to wait for the engineer come by and then turn it on the machine. But it'll be very excitement as well for us, just to surf and then living different type of life, you know, come to the desert and then feel that like so dry air, like it's definitely everything around it's different for us, but also is a new experience. So I'm enjoying a lot.
I'm with Adrian on that. It's like such a new experience for all of us, and this is great. And I think for the future, and imagining like a young kid training on this for like from like I don't know, 5 years old, and just like having all these technical skills like very early, I think that could be amazing. But I think also like being close to nature is like also part of us. So I don't think it's gonna replace ocean, but yeah, it's just like such a great platform for like performance and like technical skills and fun. Definitely fun. So yeah.
I would say in some ways it's definitely, there's a lot more pressure just mentally. Just the difference from the last event to this one, I know this one hasn't started yet, but right before you're about to catch the wave, they remind you that there's a minute to go before the wave comes. At the last one, I remember that it just gives it so much time for bugs just to start coming in your mind, like, is my wax right? Am I in the right place? You know, is everything set up? I'm ready to go. I'm going to have one shot. And so it adds a lot of pressure that way. They've brought it down to 30 seconds now, so it's a little less, but yeah, still it has that element. You know, it's like you get your shot, and you just got to lay it all on the line. And if it's not good enough, you don't cut it.
I don't know. I'm biased, but it's. I don't think it's the future. I think it's a part of the future. You know, I don't think it's going to replace the ocean by any means. But I think the beauty of this is, like Jordy said, the pressure that gets on you, and as a competitor, that moment's coming. There's only a finite number of them. You know, in the ocean, you have 30 minutes, and you might catch 15 waves. Out here, you might have 2 chances, or 4 chances, or 6 chances. You know, so you got to bring what you already know. Put it in a nice, tidy little package, wrap it up, and show everybody on that moment. Well, my partner Jeff and I got together and decided to ultimately buy this property. It had to do with a lot of things. Obviously, the price of land near the beach is a little prohibitive for us to start up for an idea. Also, to have a little bit of privacy. We didn't do it necessarily for that purpose exactly, but it was a good byproduct of buying a piece of property here. The land was set up for it with the ability to have water. We have a solar farm close by, so that kind of worked into our ideas about you know, how to run the place, and we had some of the permits. Some of the things really fit the structure of what we wanted to do real well.
We might have something like this for the Olympics in Tokyo. Do you see yourself competing in the Olympics?
Yeah, I built into this contract, if they use that pool, they have to put me on the team. So possibly, yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to be competing too much longer. If I do make the team, that could be the sort of my swan song, potentially, to surf the Olympics. So, you know, but you know, with where I've been in the standings, I'm definitely not a shoo-in for the team. So I got to surf my way onto that thing, and if I do, it'd be a big honor. It would mark 40 years of competitive surfing for me.
I'll start off. I mean, I think to echo what a couple of the surfers have said, I think this is only additive and complementary to ocean surfing. Ocean surfing's never been more important to the WSL and the surfing world than it is now, and I think especially with all the ocean conservation challenges, etc., we're super committed to this. But talking about the future, this does allow us to go to different markets and do different things that we could never do before. So I think this is a really important aspect of it. We've mentioned the Olympics a lot. I think that's definitely going to take it to another level. I think some of the other things that we're working on, further building the profile of these amazing athletes. I think many of them are going to become even more household names. They're fantastic role models that I think the world needs to know more about. I think the lifestyle crossover is also really interesting, and I think you see here today, I think some of the cynics maybe about this technology were concerned at how we would bring it to life. Is it overly commercial? Is it sort of taking away from what's so special about the ocean? And thanks to Kelly and the rest of the team who have worked so hard, I think bringing together that really cool experience, making it still very holistic and really very different to other sporting environments, I think is something we're going to be continuing to work really hard around. So yeah, we're pretty ambitious. There's a lot of things we want to achieve over the next few years, but I think this is going to be a really important part of our future.
So you touched on a little bit in terms of the cynics and the critics, and ever since this was unveiled, social media posts, people are for it, people are against wave pools. They haven't certain it, but all of you have. So for those who don't think that this technology is as legit as paddling into something out in the ocean, what would you say?
It's not. It's just different, you know? It's just a different experience. It doesn't make it illegitimate. It's, you know, it's built specifically for the ride, not necessarily for the whole paddle out and learning how to do all the things before you surf. So it's, you know, we've never taken that approach that it's going to replace surfing in any way, you know? It's just a supplement to the whole experience. It's just something different.
Kelly, is it a fair comparison to say a contest like this is like a slam dunk contest or a home run hitting contest? Since, like you said, a controlled environment, you're out by yourself instead of your other competitors.
Somewhat, in a way. I mean, maybe for a basketball game, there wouldn't be as much of the defense. It'd be more about the action and the offense, about all those skills that come into play, but the tactical stuff goes kind of out the window. In a team thing like this, maybe that doesn't totally go out the window because you got to figure out your order and how far you're going to push it in the beginning and all that kind of stuff. And your strong offense is a good defense, I guess. But yeah, it just changes things. You know, a lot of the criticism of a lot of the ways we surf around the world is that, oh, it was unfair, that guy got lucky or that girl got lucky, only one set came, they happened to be in the right place at the right time, you know, it wasn't fair conditions, and this kind of alleviates that. So this really comes down to just a very specific thing, which is not so specific, but it's all your skills put into one thing, and how you utilize those, how you flow, how you fit things together, and how you piece the whole wave together as a whole. And I think what you'll see is a lot of people think it's going to be hard to judge. I think it's much easier to judge because you can more clearly see where people are good and bad.
Real quick, the water's fresher.
It is, yeah.
So is the density make any difference in?
No, the buoyancy makes no difference. I think most people would tell you, buoyancy is just only about floating, and when you're surfing, you're planing. So once you're up to a certain speed, you're planing, there's no difference in the feel of the water. I think everyone who gets here is surprised because they think, oh, it's going to be fresh water, it's going to not feel the same, and then, you know, I mean, they could say their own opinions, and it's no difference to me, but almost every single person I've talked to about that's brought it up just says it feels just like the ocean. So.
Kelly, you mentioned that you've never seen this kind of interest, this surfing like you have in this place. What's that been like to experience kind of the world being so interested in this place?
It's really wild. It's just it's like some sort of phenomenon. It really is. But in the early days working on this, we really felt it. At least I felt that it could be that for people. It sort of strikes something in your imagination. It's something you sort of dream about, a perfect wave over and over. And I've compared it a couple times to the Endless Summer, where Bruce Brown went around the world trying to find that one perfect wave somewhere, and he finds it at Cape St. Francis Bay. And this is kind of like that, but a little bigger, you know, than what they got. And but it's just so perfect over and over, and that's the fun. And it's funny because when I'm in the ocean, I feel more relaxed after surfing here, and when I come surf here, I look forward to getting back in the ocean as well. It's just there's a give and take there for me, so they're really complementary, I feel.
This question's for Kelly. What are your neighbors think?
Well, that neighbor works with us, Brian. He's cool, and Spencer, his son, surfs here, and he works with us. And you know, we haven't had to sit down, but everyone's smiling all the time. But I think that, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of action going on here, and we have a lot of fun with those guys. So I think they're stoked. And then there was a golf course there on the other property before, and there was a guy that worked on that property. He would bring his crane out every day and get a 6-pack of beer and sit there and watch us surf. But he's now no longer working on the property. But there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of buzz. I think there was a little bit of skepticism, like people going, what's coming into our community? But they've really been sort of open arms with us, and we've become friends with a lot of people here and have good relationships with the town. I think they love us. So when you guys are out and about, talk to some people about it and get their feel, you know, what they think. But you know, I get people coming up to us all the time that don't know anything about surfing that are just really excited about this thing.
I'm really excited. Kelly, I got a question if you got the inside word on which country is going to step up first. Is it going to be China, Russia, or you know, somewhere in the southeast, Saudi Arabia? But I'm just excited to see these inland countries say, here, I want a wave pool, and I want it to be triple the size of this in height. I've got an unlimited budget. Whether it's China, I want my Chinese kids to learn from before they're born, come out and be the next Olympic champion in 2030. 2035 and 15 years old. Yeah, inside word on which country is going to step up first.
I don't know. I mean, the obvious one you would think would be like over in Dubai, in the United Emirates, Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Those guys are the forefront of architecture and technology and all that kind of thing, and the finances and all that stuff. But no, there's nothing in the works right now. But I sure hope somebody makes one that's triple this size. It'd be awesome. Jordy would love it.
I wanted to call on the international community to step up, and I'm looking forward to seeing it indoors, so minus 30 degrees in Calgary, and don't have the wave pool. Might have to wait till oil goes back up to $100 a barrel. But Calgary could be a ticket for an indoor wave pool. It's going to be exciting. It's a good time to be alive. All right. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you.
Anna?
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the team dynamic. I mean, surfing is, you know, famously or infamously such an individualistic sport, and this is obviously a completely different vibe overall, but for you this weekend. What does that mean for you? What has it meant in terms of perhaps a switch in mindset as you approach the weekend going up?
Yeah, I think it's still very individual. I mean, every surfer is surfing the wave by themselves, but yeah, to know that every single turn, every single point that you make goes towards a bigger picture for the team is it's even more nerve-wracking. But I think it's really special to have that camaraderie between everybody on the team and to share that experience with everybody and to just, you know, push each other and you know, find those words of encouragement that you know, maybe they'll get the score that we need at the end or whatever. It's a new experience for us, and I think that surfing hasn't ever had that before, so it's really cool. I like it.
Basically, I'm so proud because Gabriel got first and Philippe got second. The contest happened here, so they are on my team. So I'm not like worrying about that. So I just go there and have fun and do my best. I'm just kidding. Just respect all the surfers who compete here, but I think for everyone it will be a new experience, you know, to have work with a team, and that's what I'm saying. I have on my team a girl that's only 16 years old, you know, so it'll be amazing for her to have that experience and just like surf for our country, and also watching the 6-time world champ staff and Tyler and Joanne and all the girls definitely will be ripping out there, but for her especially, I think she'll be so excited, you know, and learn so much. So I'm gonna try my best, you know, to help her. Just the performance, you know, definitely she will be nervous, but it'll be awesome to have this team as a Brazil. And that's what I try to work with the best as I can to at least make the final.
Yeah, I think it's amazing to be sharing that with other people, and I don't know, like surfing is a lonely sport, and even like when we travel with like close one, and you know, everyone have different routine, and so it's kind of, I don't know, it's, yeah, we don't share as much with everyone else, and I feel like here, even like having the lounge and having the lunch together, the breakfast and stuff, it's just like, it's really cool. So and when you're on the jet ski and you're like next to the other one that's surfing, like I never get that close to someone else surfing pretty much. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's more about sharing and supporting the other ones too, and yeah, I really like that.
Basically, I just arrived from Indonesia, and I was very surprised. I was in the line to the immigration. A guy in front of me, and then looking back, hey, I'm going watching you on a surf range. Really? We have 200 million people pass right now, and then you're gonna watch me in a weekend? I said, yes, I'll go there. So it's definitely a new opportunity for people all over the world to come and watch the best surfers on the planet, not just on the pool. So it'll be amazing to have a support, definitely. And Brazil is one of those countries that has so much passion about surfing. So, and I know a couple friends already is on the way to here just to support us.
Yeah, I think, like Steph said, it's like a little bit stressful though. Like, you know, everyone is watching, and everyone knows it's this wave and you're going to be on it, and you know, like everything is more scheduled, and but I think it's, yeah, amazing for the fan that's been, I don't know, if you really like love someone and you want to see him or her surfing, and then you know it's going to be at this time, and it's way more easier for the fan for sure. So yeah, I'm excited to get that feeling going, like of excitement before, and I hope we can put some good wave together.
Well, we have time for one last question.
So for Sophie, you mentioned that like being able to start at a set time, which is exciting for the announcers, but I imagine the WSL is also pretty excited about it because it makes it easier to distribute the content and possibly even link it to advertisers. Does the WSL view this as a step towards enhanced profitability and maybe even a way to subsidize more exotic out-of-the-way events?
Yeah, I think we're going to learn a lot. I mean, commercially, I think there are some really interesting new opportunities here. From a broadcast interest standpoint, we've never had interest like this. We've never had live network TV coverage in the US. We're going to be live on CBS this weekend, in addition to Bleacher Report Live and across our channels. We're going to have live broadcast in over 100 countries, live on TV. So from an audience growth perspective, probably more importantly than commercially, that's a game changer for us. Now to be able to reach that many more people is huge. But yeah, off the back of that, as audiences grow, that has commercial opportunities for us, directly from the surfers and just for the sport at large. So I think, you know, there's many positives. But just being able, I mean, I know now, you know, friends of mine who want to come watch surfing or tune in to watch us now, when we're in the ocean, you know, new fans of the sport who don't understand us, and you say, well, yeah, so the event's going on for 12 days, we're going to run at some point for 4 days, and I can tell you the morning of, so see if that can work for your schedule. It's pretty challenging. Some good friends will do it, but others are like, okay, that's sort of too, you know, we're all so time poor these days. So we hope that this encourages a broader audience to get into surfing, and then we move them up the funnel. I think this is going to hopefully bring the ocean events to a new level as well, because like we said, you know, the ocean is as important as ever. But this definitely opens up numerous new broadcast opportunities, which I think is really exciting.
All right, thank you everyone. Before we break, we have a very special guest that we want to welcome up, so please join me in welcoming Senator Andy Vidak to the stage.
I'd like to welcome everyone here. It's not very often with press conferences that everybody's smiling, talking about gender equality, the environment, and everybody from everywhere in the country is here. So this is awesome. Kelly said it a couple times. I mean, this is just wild. It's wild, and it's wild for me to be here. I have a cherry ranch just 7 miles from the surf ranch. He is one of my neighbors. You all are my neighbors. Everywhere in the world, you are our neighbors. Welcome to Kings County. Woo! Got a resolution here for the surf ranch, and just to commemorate this day, you know, stadium surfing. Welcome. Thank you, everyone. Woo!
On behalf of all the surfers and the WSL, thank you, Andy. We couldn't have done this without you. You can imagine, as Kelly explained, all the sort of support, permitting, all sorts of hoops that we've had to have people jump through to get us to the situation today. So thank you. It means a lot. We really appreciate your support. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to break now. We're going to be doing